Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
The 47-yard line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. What a spin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they have the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll throw from the gun. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Murray, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. Shotgun now from Murray. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
He was brought down at the
A gain of 3, second down.
yard pickup.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. To throw is Bridgewater. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they'll get this down to the 10. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Catch there by Robbie Anderson, and we all know he's got the speed to get behind any defense. What I think is underrated about his game is his toughness and his belief in self. Robbie Anderson was an undrafted free agent who's turned into a big-time player in the NFL, and now landing in Carolina reunites him with his college coach, Matt Rule, when they were together at Temple.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Cardinals, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. Normally, you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And 8 yards.
A gain of 8 and a first down.
Arizona.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. From the gun, Murray. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
Throwing again, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Drake. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, there's someone who's running the football with a big smile on his face, and that's Kenyon Drake, because you remember last year he was in Miami, wasn't getting many carries, not a lot of success, but in midseason ended up in Arizona and became a huge weapon for the Cardinals. 8 touchdowns the second half of the season, utilized really well. Big-time skilled player who can run it and catch it out of the backfield. He has finally found a home and a place for his talents.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray over the middle. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line.
First
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first down, Drake. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Drake on the carry.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. He's at the 50. 30.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
10.
Just a little.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Let's go! Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
And there's Kyler Murray being sacked, and in his first year in the league, surprising to a lot of people, he was the most sacked quarterback, went down 48 times. And when you think about the mobility that he possesses, that really does surprise people because they think they can get out of everything. But so often, those young guys who can move around a lot, they keep plays alive so long that sometimes they actually get trapped. Defenses are going to test him and continue to test him. I think he's got something for them as he continues to move forward.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
At the 12-yard line.
Here we go. 56, the mark, boy. 56. Check 56. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
Operating from the gun. Murray steps away to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge, because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to look deep for more. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
At the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Bridgewater eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And there's a catch by Christian McCaffrey, and he plays a huge role in the passing attack. He's caught over 100 passes each of the last 2 years, so he is a defense's nightmare, because how do you identify him before the snap on every play? Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Do you guard him with a defensive back, a linebacker? Whatever you do, he tends to have the answer himself and ends up making big plays.
That catch good for only a couple.
11-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
And again, it's Bridgewater. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes, because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Joey Sly on now for the Panthers. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Bridgewater now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashard Lawrence in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 36 yards out. And his kick here is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
Kirk on the return. The Cardinals take over first and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Running for the shotgun with Dre. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr. had the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Panthers will have a first and 10 from deep in their own territory.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action. Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And his kick is right through.
The score, Panthers 31, Cardinals 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 33.
11 on the play.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
At the 35-yard line.
Mike 5'9",
On play action, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete here.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Second and 10 now, third quarter from Charlotte.
Mike's 59, Mike's 59.
Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Check right. Watch it, hey, let's get that home.
To the air again with Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
52-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Christian Kirk.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Trey Boston.
To throw again, Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
Nice catch there by Christian Kirk. Had 709 yards and 3 touchdowns in the 2019 season. I expect those numbers to continue to climb. This is a guy who can play in the slot, play outside, but the number one thing about him, absolute explosiveness, especially after he catches the ball downfield. If you don't make the tackle right there, he's going to take it a long way.
And he's got this down to the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Murray to air it out again. Throw left side complete. It's Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 12. Now Murray again. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Let's not forget, a year ago, this was a last-place team in their division in the National Football League. How quickly the fortunes can turn.
And somewhere, there's a former commissioner smiling down and looking because parity was something he was looking for in this league, and it plays itself out year after year. Last to first is not something that's uncommon in the NFL.
Yeah, a season ago, they didn't have one performance like this, but they put it all together in this ballgame. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Kermit. 48's the mic.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and 11 at the 41. Bridgewater to throw it. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there for Carolina. 53 yards.
At the 7-yard line.
To throw, Bridgewater. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Because you know you
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3.
Boy.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Murray. Forced out to his left. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
4-yard gain on the play.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Murray. Flush to his right, and he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. He'll run it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
First down.
From the gun, Murray. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
It's a gain.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now he'll pull it down. The ball comes out, and this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
At the 2-yard line.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. And we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Alert 3. Alert 3.
They'll try again with Drake, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Touchdown.
Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. And the lead is down to 20.
Kick is good. Makes the score Panthers 41. Cardinals 21. Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10, and appearing to have righted the ship following that two-game losing streak. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.